Science has always been the foundation of development and crucial to how we understand our world. Without science, we wouldn't be able to grasp the concept of gravity and the complexity of the human DNA. We wouldn't have invented vaccines, the car, the space rocket, the internet or the smartphone. But even though we have come a long way, there are still plenty of challenges in the future that we need science and imaginative scientists to solve.
I have always wanted to know what goes on inside our bodies. It spurred my scientific desire.
I'm exploring unknown territories, and that's my driving force as a scientist.
From one generation to another, we keep getting older. But how do we stay healthy? The molecular biologists are looking for ways to a healthy aging by doing research in what you can only see by looking through a microscope. The engine room of our bodies, the cells.
Aging is not something that just happens to old people. It actually starts from the day we are conceived, where our genomes and cells, they start to deteriorate. And it gets worse throughout life. But then we have repair systems, and repair systems are workmen that make sure to keep our genomes fit and repair the damage throughout life. So we need to find ways where we can keep these workmen fit throughout life, because a fit genome will give quality of life in the aging process.
The scientists don't know yet how to prevent a cell from wearing out, but they do know what promotes the decomposition, and that one of the major factors here is the mitochondria.
The mitochondria are tiny organelles of our cells, so they are the battery of our cells. They give our cells energy. So when you exercise, you increase the number of mitochondria in the cell, so you provide the cell more energy. So if we are able in the future to combine this knowledge with new discoveries how to boost the energy in the cells, we will be a step closer to solve the mystery of healthy aging.
In the 1950s, scientists discovered how the human genome, our DNA, is structured. 50 years later, scientists made a total identification of the DNA of a single person. Both discoveries are regarded as milestones of health science, upon which Lene Juul Rasmussen bases her research. She hopes in a similar way her research will serve as a fundament for the next generation of scientists.
I'm providing the basis to understand the aging process, so it's for the future generations to use this knowledge. So the key is to figure out how to extend life and healthy living, and that will be their greatest discovery.
One of the single most important insights of physiology research is, if you don't use them, you'll lose them. That's exactly what happens if you don't use your muscles as intended by nature for physical activity.
In society, we have been too clever in our technological development, and we have manufactured physical activity out of our everyday lives. We go by car to work, we sit down all day by our computer. So what we scientists need to do right now is that we need to be even smarter and manufacture physical activity back into our lives in a natural and entertaining way.
In attempting to fight obesity, the health researchers conduct huge numbers of experiments. By testing a group of people, Bente Stalknecht and her research team has proven encouragingly to many how 30 minutes of daily exercise is just as effective as 60 minutes.
Most people, they experience dieting as a negative activity, which they have a hard time enduring for longer periods of time. Whereas for physical activity, it generates more physical activity. It's much easier presented as something entertaining, for example by using gadgets for motivation and encouragement. It's actually fun to use sports watches and electrodes during exercise to monitor your body and the function of your muscles. It makes your body feel more real to you. We need to expand that way of using technology into our everyday lives. I'm certain that in 50 years from now, the position in public health care has changed from treating obesity to preventing obesity. We are educating health coaches, inspiring to physical activity in all age groups. And the politicians, they are prioritizing city planning and organization of schools, institutions and workplaces to promote physical activity.
Health science has always been a hot topic in science and society. We want to know how our bodies work and why.
To become a scientist, stamina and hard work is at least as important as being intelligent.
I believe that science can change the world, and I'm really proud to be a part of it.